This is America Weather Streaming Channel meteorologist Chris Schromick here this evening with another round of severe weather coverage. We're really focusing in on Texas and areas in the southeast around Georgia. We've had some severe weather activity already today. There's tornado watches in those areas, and also we've got mostly large hail, but there has been a little bit of tornadic activity, particularly some down there in Georgia earlier this afternoon, and a little bit in Texas. We're kind of watching this area around the Dallas-Fort Worth region. It is possible that we could see a little bit of intensification here the next couple of hours of these cells as they're moving through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We currently got a severe thunderstorm warning out there in areas to the south and west, entering the suburbs out there southwest of Fort Worth. And we also got some activity up on the Red River border up in Oklahoma. Most of this severe weather here this evening that to focus on this watch is mainly associated with a low pressure that is in the area here in central Texas. And there is a wind shift line right here in this right area, right where these storms are. So it's kind of a dry line wind shift area that we can focus on that activity. So we're going to be watching that tonight. We can go here and look at the stuff over in the Georgia area. Here in the it's down in southern Georgia right now. We don't have a lot happening down there. That stuff is weakened over the last several hours, and most of the activity, like we said, will be here in Texas. A lot of this stuff earlier had activity on it, but now we're really focusing on their activity down there in Texas. We do have one tornado warning that is out there by itself in up in the eastern coast. We do have the upper level surface low, or actually the surface low that's moving up here to the eastern coast areas. There is a tornado warning. We'll check that out up here in the eastern areas. Looks like we got 18 minutes on that. And it's in areas, it's by the Pittsburgh Weather Service office. It's in southeastern Belmont County and east central Ohio, Ohio County in West Virginia, and Marshall County in northern West Virginia. So at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Glendale or Moundsville, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Main hazard is a tornado. It's radar indicated rotation, and it will be near Moundsville, Shadyville, Glendale around 5:25. So that's where we're at. It's in that area now, moving towards the Bel Air, McMeechin area here at 5:25. And so we'll just kind of zoom in on that and take a peek what that is doing in those areas down there in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania border. So this cell, does have a tornado warning on it for another 17 minutes. It could have hail up to 3/4 inch in size. And the concern is this rotation here in that Glendale, Shadyside, McMeechin area. We can take a little peek here on the velocity radars and see what area we're talking about. There is just a little bit of broad rotation here as it's sweeping through. You're kind of seeing a little bit of a hook right here to the north of Glendale. So again, this is something to keep an eye on. There is a tornado warning. So folks in McMeechin, Shadyville, Glenville, Moundville, and Dilly's Bottom out on the river here need to take shelter immediately. There is a tornado warning out here at the West Virginia, Pennsylvania border this evening. So it's to the south of Wheeling. There is some thunderstorm activity in Wheeling, but we are really focusing here just a little bit to the south on this activity or this tornado warning currently in Meacham, Shadyville, or Shadyside, Glendale, and Moundsville. So we'll keep that up there again. We're here with severe weather coverage tonight. I think our main focus will be down in Texas That's where we've got, we'll see these, you can see where we've got the severe storms prediction center watches currently here in Texas. We got the severe thunderstorm watch that's out there to the areas in the on the Arklatex region here that just got issued, and that will be a severe thunderstorm watch. And then we also got a severe thunderstorm watch where those storms are up to the north. Our tornado watch for Texas was issued earlier this afternoon, and it goes until, I believe, 9 p.m. It's tornado watch for portions of north central Texas until 9 p.m. A couple tornadoes are possible with scattered damaging winds and isolated significant gusts at 85 miles per hour. Large hail is the main threat, up to 4 inches in diameter. And so that's kind of what we've been discussing a lot here since the severe weather started the last several weeks, is this large hail. We've generally 4-inch type hail is record setting or near record, specifically once you get off the plains. The plains records are Colorado. Out here on the high plains is up there. You can get 5-inch hail, that grapefruit size or larger. This year we've been getting these 4-inch hailstorms about every severe weather system, the last several of them for 3 weeks, mostly here. And those 4-inch size grapefruit size hail is kind of unusual, but we're seeing it every storm system. So it is here again in this activity in Texas is a potential, those 85 mile an hour wind gusts, and then maybe a tornado. I think if we do see that tornadic activity, that's going to be very minimal and really isolated. We're going to kind of watch this stuff around the Dallas, Fort Worth area, particularly maybe when it moves a little bit past it here in the next couple of hours. But that is probably the main area we're going to focus on here this evening. Some of these other areas, we do have the activity, the tornado watch down here on the Florida border. We took a peek down there. There wasn't a lot happening. We'll keep an eye on that. It's also until 9 p.m. These storms were stronger here a couple hours ago when I kind of took a look at them before we were sending out the Weather Valet forecast. But this activity has weakened down here. There looks like there's a lot of thunderstorm that could become warning level. It does definitely have plenty of rain, but again, mostly this down here was isolated hails up to 1.5 inches, a couple tornadoes, and 70 mile an hour winds. So what we're seeing here across the country is not quite as significant as we've seen the last 3 days, where we had catastrophic tornado events 3 days in a row, which is kind of a rarity to have them back to back to back like that in different parts of the country, associated with the same weather system. This weather system kind of was a cutoff closed low that kind of set over the northern plains, and then the broad trough and surface low set for a couple days in that Midwest region, and that's just created from Texas through the Arkansas up into Ohio and Indiana, the severe weather. And then we also had some out on the plains to start it. And then, today we're seeing that sag a little bit farther to the east and the south. If you saw the storm prediction center forecasts for this morning, can kind of, those we're focusing on these areas with the moderate risk out here, the most severe, and then some of this up here along the East Coast, like we saw in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania area, was a slight to moderate risk to see severe weather. So that kind of runs down. We got these severe thunderstorm watches. They were just issued for this area on the Arklatex region. That will probably be something that will go into the later evening periods from 4 to 11 p.m. Central Time, 2.5-inch hail. Again, we got the hail in there. A tornado or two is still possible in these areas, but not highly likely. And again, we have the watch to the west that will likely go till that was the first one issued earlier today. I believe that goes to what was that? 7 p.m. Yes. So we got this watch here for a few more hours. So the stuff to the west, it'll start moving off to the east. We'll keep those severe thunderstorm watches in place, and then we've got this tornado watch down here in central Texas. So particularly in that this Dallas Fort Worth area, it's just here on this edge that watch is, and we're going to watch those storms now as they're moving into those areas at the edge of this this watch box here for the tornado. So we'll go back to our radar here. Get our string back up to the radar, and then we'll kind of do a rundown again. We'll check this tornado up here in Pennsylvania. Warning, it has moved the area here a little bit. Rotation is now kind of in the Limestone area, New Vinbing, and it does look like it may have just let it expire. So a little weakening as that rotated through. We'll take a quick look on the base reflectivity. And yes, it has dropped that tornado warning. So we'll kind of run down this a little bit here. We still got some strong thunderstorms, are not severe in the here before in West Virginia. Again, to the south and west of Wheeling, there is some activity through Wheeling up into Washington, Pennsylvania, and out in the west, the southwest of Pittsburgh. But this stuff has dropped below severe levels, and we really don't have a watch or anything out there. So we will kind of shift our focus back down to Texas. We checked the southeast. They're kind of weak down there right now. So we'll focus back here into the Dallas area. It looks like we got a considerable damage threat on a thunderstorm in Hood, Texas. Let's check that one out. So we got, let's see, on that thunderstorm warning for Hood. Looks like it got a damage report coming out of here on this severe thunderstorm warning. So at 4:14 p.m., a severe thunderstorm located near Granbury, moving east at 40 miles per hour. We got tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind. This severe thunderstorm will be in Granbury. Other locations include Lake Granbury, Anton, Stockton Band. Maples, a tornado watch is still in effect. I don't see any severe thunderstorm reports. So it's just a thunderstorm damage threat is high with this particular cell. So we'll keep a look at this. We'll kind of look in on this one a little bit. I see what they're saying here with this kind of little bit of possible rotation with this. So it is moving. The storms that are moving to the south and east versus the east up there on the Red River are the ones that are showing on our helicity and severe weather data. Our models here the next couple of hours are the ones that could strengthen. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one here in Hood County. It's in the Stephenville area. It's moved to the past Dublin, south of Stephenville. Let's see if we got any rotation picking up on our velocity here. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit right here. So let's keep our eyes on that one. Again, we got a severe thunderstorm warning here for another 37 minutes, 60-mile-an-hour winds, ping pong ball size hail, and this cell I got a considerable threat for damage. And in particular, we'll be watching this in case it would strengthen over the next hour or so as it moves off towards Walnut Springs and Whitney and places there to the in the areas there just southwest of Fort Worth proper. So these are the ones we were kind of talking about, keeping our eyes on, and we're going to continue to do that. We're in some heavily populated areas here in the south, just southwest of the major metropolitan area, Fort Worth and Dallas. They're moving south and east, so we're not heading into Dallas proper or Fort Worth, but something that we'll keep an eye on. We'll see what else we got here on our reflectivity maps. We got those two supercells. We got the one down here in Eden and Brady, kind of a lone one. That's kind of where that wind shift line is just kind of real weak out here, but we do have one. So we can take a peek at the surface data here in a little bit. I had it up, but I accidentally shut it. So one we're going to really keep an eye on here is this one in Stephenville area, Hood County. This cell does look like it is trying to strengthen as it moves off here to the southeast, southeast slowly. And we also got a severe thunderstorm in Granbury moving to Claiborne suburbs here. It's in effect until another hour or 50 minutes. And this one, we'll just kind of do the read down on it. Fort Worth Weather Service office has in northeastern Somerville County, Johnson County, and northwestern Hill County until 5:30. 4:34 p.m., a severe thunderstorm located near Pecan Plantation or 9 miles southeast of Granbury was moving east at 40 miles per hour. This destructive storm for Claiborne and Rio Vista. Baseball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's been radar indicated, but again, we got that large hail, which would be, cause significant damage. A baseball size would knock siding off, but holes, potentially in roofs, definitely knock out glass and mess up anything, cars and that's outside. So again, that's a baseball size hail. We keep talking about these storms having them. But the timing on this is right now it's in the Claiborne State Park area, moving towards Claiborne, Lake Claiborne at 4:50, Covington at 4:10, and Grandview around 5:15, and Itasca around 5:20. So this, there's these two supercells down here in the southwestern parts of the Fort Worth suburbs, and a little farther out in Stephenville and Dublin. We'll keep these up here, kind of watch those. I'll go and get the surface map back up and kind of let you see what we were talking about as far as that, what's going here. So it's over here. It's still open. We'll do a share here. But again, we're live streaming. I think we did 15 hours the last 3 days. And so we're going to do a couple at least here this evening. And watch this stuff down here, particularly around Texas. Not so much concern with the other areas in the country as they've kind of weakened here this afternoon. There is tornado watches still down there on that Florida South Georgia border. Something that we'll keep peeking over there, but I think the threat is kind of going down as we head towards the evening hours out there in this time of day out in the southeast. So. We get that surface map up here for our. So here's that surface map we were talking about. If you look in this circulation area here, here's these thunderstorms we're talking about right here in that Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then we've got this wind shift line out here, kind of where that other thunderstorm is. Where it's to the west and southwest, you got the dry air coming in there. So this is, that's a dry line area right in through here, and then it works its way, further north up into the areas past the Fort Worth area. It's cooler and kind of rain cooled there, and not as threatening of an area for that tornadic activity. So we're really focusing right here, this area where we got these 90-degree temperatures, the 68-degree dew point, the 70-degree dew points, and 88. So that is where these two storms are at this moment, and we'll keep our eyes on that. That's the area there. So here's the circulation. We got this northeast flow, and then out here in front of it, the southeast into it, and the west. So this is the area here for the next 2 hours we'll be talking about. Get our radar back up, see what we got going here, and we'll kind of zoom in back on these two cells. Again, this Stephenville cell is the one that kind of, really kind of watching it. It's got the considerable damage wording in the warning itself with this thunderstorm. We saw a little bit of a potential rotation and hooking there for a bit. Let's saw it there briefly, and now it's kind of closed off a little bit, but we'll see here if it redevelops down here where this storm chaser is. Let's see if he's got some picture for us what this might look like. Here we go. Corey Gherkin out there with the Cyclone Pour radar Omega. It looks like he's in Hyco, Texas, probably. It's Hyco Cemetery. Got to look at the flag there. You can kind of see something in the background. That's that picture of that still. So that is coming towards him in that Stephenville area. So if you can look where he's positioned right there, he's looking right into that area of this darker area, probably where the hail core is, and then this rotation here on the potential area that we're going to keep our eye on here. So again, I'll kind of get a look to what that looks like with his picture here as it's coming towards him. It's kind of, these trees are kind of in the way in the cemetery, but again, that storm we showed on the radar is sitting right back here behind these two big trees. So we'll kind of go back and forth with that as it, see if it gets strengthened. He's in a pretty, we'll see where I'm sure he's going to come down here a little bit farther south to get out of the path of that. But right now he's got a pretty good view towards it if that dang tree wasn't in the way. But again, we got these severe thunderstorm warnings. The one for Hood County goes until 28 more minutes. That would be the 5:30 time frame. This one has a damage threat that's considerable. Wind gusts and 2.5-inch tennis ball size hail. So we can take a look at that hail parameters here to see what we're getting in that tennis ball size vertebrate ankle. Yeah, there's a big area here of hail. So both these cells got these higher Ville readings are ping pong and higher when you get into this this gray color. So that is our highest levels, and that's very large hail and a large area in that cell. So again, we're really watching the hail with these storms. This one here is starting to look like it could rotate a little bit. See what the movement is. It is got that southeastward movement now, more than the east. What it's written up as is 40 miles per hour. It is spinning, working its way south and east. So again, these are the two storms we're really going to zoom in on here this evening. They're the ones that models are showing would have the most threat of increasing intensity. They're down there in that warmer environment. Let's see what we got. Maybe usually these guys have a reading for us. He got a better shot now from a different angle. See the wall cloud there. Kind of make that a little bigger. There you go. So I didn't quite catch where he was on the map here, but it looks like he's moved on a higher area from that cemetery. So I got a much better view of that cloud as it's coming. I'm sure it's still coming towards him. But that'll be a good spot. Let's see where he's at. He is sitting still in Hyco, up on a hill there. So he's still in Hyco, Texas. We're looking, we'll put this back on the base reflectivity so we can get a better shot of which communities are in this area. It's kind of lost its formation a little bit here, so that's good news. Looks like we got some storms out ahead of it, so that would kind of dampen that a little bit there. So we'll watch these for a while. I see what this one, this particular area here, the south end of that, the strength here, even in that hail core area. This one's now a little stronger, according to the DBZ on the radars. We are in the Fort Worth radar, so we're pretty close. This one actually has gotten stronger, so we need to watch this one as well. You can see if we got any rotation in there. Yeah, so here we go. This one's weakening a little bit. Last loops here. This one's strengthening. These are the two cells we're watching. This one is in the get a read down on it. This severe thunderstorm warning is for northeastern Somerville County and Johnson County in north central Texas, northwestern Hill County till 5:30, 5:34. This was one we did run down, so we kind of know where that is in that Pekinville, Rio Vista, Claiborne area. So Rio Vista, Claiborne, baseball size hail. At this time, we are probably sitting this storm right around Lake Pat, Claiborne. Let's get this thing zoomed back out. So yeah, we're in Claiborne, Rio Vista, see it to the south there. We'll watch this area here, that large hail area is, crossing the highway, Interstate 67. So if you're out here on Interstate 67, in that right before you east of Claiborne, there's some very large hail, some probably destructive or close to destructive type winds in this region. This cell, and the same with this one. This strengthened just a hair on the radar as it's heading towards Hyco. So again, these storm, we got severe thunderstorm warnings. This one goes for another 40 minutes, clear out. It's got a destructive threat on it, and this reaches out towards at the bottom of the hour, be Grandview, Covington. But right now, Claiborne and Rio Vista are the threat areas. Baseball size hail, potential tornadic activity with the watch in place. So again, you need to have your at least two forms of alert systems close to you, whether you get that here on live stream or NOAA weather radio, your local radio station, TV. You need at least two sources for your weather updates, and also be alert to don't be out driving around, be at home and know the plan. Once you get away from the windows, go to the lowest level, interior rooms, and run down your checklist. Let all your family members know that are prepared for this stuff, because we are in a watch, and this area right here southwest of Fort Worth is the area where we are most concerned with, and Dallas proper. So Claiborne suburb right now, Grandview, Venus, Keene, Rio Vista, Covington, are all in that warning here for the next half hour. This other box is, again, that one just re-strengthened again. So let's take a peek at Gherkin's picture. Not saying much, but he's kind of moving away from that cell a little bit. Looks like he's losing his cell service. So as he pulls out of the way of that, because look at where he is right down the highway. He's probably running, get repositioned there. So we're at 291, Highway 6, 291 intersection. He was in Hyco, so he's pulling out of that Hyco area to get in a better position, not to be in the path of that. But that large hail and what you saw there, been watching from HICO. Supercell is heading right there now. So I'm going to watch this, see what happens. But this area coming into HICO, this where Highway 6 and 281 are meeting, is a area where there's potentially a destructive supercell, hail up to baseball size, wind gusts over 70 miles an hour, potential area for tornadic development here, at least over the next half hour. So we'll watch that as it moves through HICO. We just got the new thunderstorm warning on that. That includes, we still got the considerable threat, 2.5-inch tennis ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This one will include northeastern Hamilton County, southeastern Erith County, and Bosque County in central Texas until 6. Tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This severe thunderstorm will be near HICO, or we just were watching HICO there where Gherkin was. So we'll go past that. A tornado watch remains in effect until 9 p.m. Other locations that we are going to be watching is Morth, Ferry, Clarettville, Defu, and Olin. Got a hail threat and that large hail threat and potential for damaging destructive winds, and the tornado rotation is possible in either of these cells. There is a tornado watch until 9 p.m. This one's kind of weakened here in the Claiborne area, so we'll get that one. This one is kind of strengthened in the last loop. So again, large hail. We'll take a quick peek on the velocity radar. It's going to answer a couple texts that are coming in real quick. But again, this activity here tonight is kind of a Texas focus. It doesn't look like we're going to have the big outbreaks that we saw the last couple of nights, but the potential again is there. So we'll keep going here for a little bit. And we get this one answered. So again, the stuff in the southeast is kind of weakened. We're watching this in Texas and okay, so we'll kind of zoom back out, see what this stuff's doing up here in the Arklatex region. We still got severe thunderstorm warnings in place. This one till 7 out to the west, here on the eastern side into Arkansas, across the border into Oklahoma. Will be until 11 p.m. We got a little tornado warning up here, so there was a potential for some isolation of tornadic activity. This is a pretty good cell. So let's pop this thing up and look. We got for the next 45 minutes, we got severe. For the next 32 minutes, we got a tornado warning. It's an observed tornado. So let's take a look at this. We got an observed tornado at 4:54 p.m. A confirmed tornado is located 8 miles south of Pattonville. So it's moving east at 25 miles per hour. Damaging tornado, hail up to 2-inch in diameter. Weather spotters have confirmed this. So let's zoom out here. We're in northeastern Texas in that Red River area. This is an observed tornado. So now we got the new warning extending out on that. So let's get on this thing here. Observed tornado. We got a dangerous situation in the Bogota area in north central Texas. We'll run down this new warning. It goes in effect for another 45 minutes. Tornado warning. Does National Weather Service in Shreveport switched weather service offices here. So we got Franklin County in northeastern Texas, Titus County in northeastern Texas, and Red River County in northeastern Texas. 5:45 p.m. Until 5:45. At 5:48, a confirmed tornado was located just southwest of Bogota, moving east at 45 miles per hour, a damaging tornado and tennis ball size hail. This is a confirmed by weather spotters. We are in Bogota right now with that tornado, so if you're there, please take shelter immediately. It is a tornado warning for those counties near Bogota. It does look like this is pretty rural. The next community there is Talco, and we really don't have a lot out ahead of that as far as communities. This is Bogota could be under considerable damage. That tornado is right there as we speak. It's on the ground, so we'll be definitely keeping an eye to see if we got any reports on this that'll come in. But again, if you're in that Bogota area, tornado on the ground. Very dangerous situation. You need to take cover immediately. Again, we can't reiterate the severity and dangerous situation here in Bogota. It's in a rural area of northeastern Texas near the Red River, or just south of the Red River. This storm is just popped up a tornado and a larger complex of stuff that's been developing over northern parts of Texas near the Red River border. So let's take a look at the velocity scans. You can see that this is a confirmed tornado. We're looking right here. We can look at some of our correlation coefficient. Here we go. It's getting really high right in here. Right in Bogota. So right here, confirmed tornado in the Bogota area by weather spotters. So this is a dangerous situation. Please take cover. You're looking at our correlation coefficients. They're reaching some of the higher levels here, and particularly right here, southwest of Bogota. So let's again, we can't reiterate the dangerous situation that's developed here in Bogota. We got a tornado on the ground by weather spotters. We'll keep that up there. Again, didn't think we'd see a lot of these here this evening, but one or two is what the Weather Service was thinking. This one looks like a pretty good one that's in that Bogota area. It's confirmed by weather spotters, so we'll just keep this loop up here a little bit, take a little bit of a peek down here, see what's going on with those cells in the Fort Worth area, if they have strengthened any. Right there a little bit. So we're still seeing a little bit of a hook there going through Hyco. So again, that's where we saw Gherkin earlier. It is moving through Hyco. That would be large hail, a little bit rotation potentially in that area, a little bit of a notch. So we'll keep watching this one here to see where that goes. It's kind of going over to rural areas, but right now Hyco is probably getting some very large hail, wind gusts up there. It's darker. So this is going away from that cell to the south there, or east, southeast down 6 Highway. Again, that's in the Hyco area, that 281 intersection with Highway 6, Hyco, Texas. That's where we were looking at this earlier. with the camera. So 281 Hyco, Texas area. I'm going to go shut the door here. We got a barking neighbor's dog. Okay, so shut the door there. The neighbor's dog is barking at my dog. So again, we got the Hyco, Texas area. We're keeping an eye on. We do have a tornado on the ground up here in northeastern Texas. So let's go back to Bogota, Texas. You can see that storm has gotten very intense on radar. It's now to the north of Talco, Bogota. Confirmed tornado on the ground in that Bogota area. So again, let's don't reiterate how dangerous this is. It's moved through Bogota. We're in to the north of Talco. I'm going to take a quick peek, see if we got any reports coming in on that. Just not seeing anything yet. Bogota, Johnson. So again, we got a tornado on the ground in Bogota, just to the north of Talco. That one is a very dangerous storm. That's in northeastern Texas, just south of the Red River, across the border. We got Claiborne. We had 3-inch hail in that storm down in Claiborne. So that is verified now. Very large hail. So 3 inches is at the state park, corrects previous hail report from 2 inches. So it's now 3 inches at Claiborne State Park. We were just talking about the potential of them 2 cells of that large hail. Tornado, we still are just got the 2 from earlier today in the Georgia area. I'm not even seeing the one that we were just doing anything on it yet. So we'll just keep popping back here. Go back on radar. There we are in Bogota, Talco. This is a tornado on the ground. Dangerous situation. You can really see the area we're talking there. Our velocities, not too bad. It's kind of running out, so we don't got the greens, but you can really see how strong that is on radar. So let's see if we got an update to what for confirmed tornado southwest of Bogota moving east. No report there. So let's keep watching this here a little bit. See, it's out now near Talco. So if you're in Talco, you got a tornado, imminent tornado, probably just to the north of Talco, but this is 271. Areas on 271 between Bogota and Talco. We got a tornado on the ground. If you're driving out there on 271, please take stop, get to the nearest shelter, get out of the path of the storm, and take cover. Lowest ditch, ravine, somewhere low or interior building is better. If you can find a park with bathrooms, get away from the windows, find a convenience store, go into the bathrooms, interior parts of that. Don't know. It looks like there's probably not a lot out here. in this area, but it isn't an interstate highway, so there should be some convenience on there. Again, we got Bogota and Talco, tornado or along 271 in between there, a confirmed tornado on the ground in those areas of northeastern Texas. Zooming back out to these, we got the cell down there, and keep watching Claiborne now. So here we go with the storm that had the 3-inch hail. So State Park is located, I believe, here on the southwest side. So Claiborne State Park, 3-inch hail. Hyco, we've been watching this. This cell's been kind of looking nasty here. Most of the evening, thought it could have some potential of strengthening. Rain, in the rain, not going to see much. So let's peek at these real quick, see if we got any. What's going on with my radar? Okay, here we go. Had to flip to the Fort Worth radar. Again, this one's weekend. This one's still pretty strong. Got some broad rotation. Okay, so again, these are the two cells south and west of Fort Worth. We've been talking about keeping an eye on. We got the tornado on the ground up here in the northeastern parts around Talco and Bogota. You can still see now this is picked up intensity on the radar. We've got showing a little bit of rotation here. This tornado is on the ground and it's moving to the north and east at 45 miles per hour. So we got a confirmed tornado in northeast Texas in Bogota area, Talco on 271. It's a very dangerous situation. It's now moved into rural areas. We'll see if we got any reports coming out of Bogota or Talco, because there were weather spotters that seen the tornado. So we know that they've got some information to give to the Weather Service offices and where they will send that. So we'll keep looking for that. Again, a tornado warning continues there in northeastern Texas, south of the Clarksville area, in Bogota and Talco. The warning continues for another 30 minutes. And again, if you're in the path of this storm, it's a destructive tornado on the ground in northeast Texas. So again, cannot reiterate the dangerous situation with that storm. We got severe thunderstorms that now extend back to the west, just south of the Red River in Texas. That includes Paris, Bonham, Sherman, Denison, Gainesville. These are all pretty good sized cities there in northern Texas along the border. So we've got warnings in place behind this tornado warning, which would include hail of ping pong size variety and 60-mile-an-hour winds. We'll continue to monitor that situation there in northeast Texas. We've been kind of concerned about these two cells in the southwest suburbs of Fort Worth and Dallas. Looks like we've got one down in Brady is continuing with a warning. Right now, we haven't seen a strengthening of it, but we do have baseball-sized hail that came out of these. So again, 3-inch hail, it's destructive. We've seen mostly a hail threat with those cells. That's kind of what we thought today. It would, Weather Service was talking anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. So those cells are the hail makers. They're down there in some areas with some pretty decent populations. So we definitely will be seeing hail damage reports and pictures coming out of those areas. But again, the tornado warning is in effect up there in northeastern Texas for Bogota and Talco. Look at the radar velocity radar scan here, you can kind of still see those areas of rotation where that tornado is most likely located right here. Again, it's kind of shifted itself north of Talco. Again, we're in probably some pretty rural areas out here in Texas. But again, it's just south of some pretty good sized communities up to the north. So that cell stays together on that path. We could be talking about DeKalb and New Boston and Texarkana. That particular watch area, it's a severe thunderstorm watch, but it does go until 11 p.m. here tonight. So this area on the Arklatex border, we'll keep an eye. This tornado continues to strengthen or re-strengthen. We'd be talking about communities like DeKalb, New Boston, and Texarkana, which is the most significant city there along that Arklatex border, here where the Oklahoma and Arkansas and Texas all kind of come together. Again, a tornado has been identified by spotters now to the east of Bogota. That storm is moving east at 45 miles per hour. So we would, if that thing continues its eastward movement, it would come onto Interstate 82 somewhere between DeKalb and New Boston. We'd be talking probably, where we at here, 29 minutes to the end of the warning expiration. Let's look at our reflectivity, see what it's looking like there. So yeah, we're still seeing that that signature of an observed tornado. This has moved through Bogota, or just to the southwest of Bogota, near Talco to the north. Again, we haven't seen any reports or pictures, but we do have spotter verification that it was on the ground. Now we're heading through these rural areas of northeast Texas. We're going to keep our eyes on 82 up there here as we get towards the 6 o'clock hour to see if this cell does stay together. So we'll probably be watching this one definitely here over the next 45 minutes. Zoom back out to go back to Fort Worth. So we got the storms that are moving through now. Rio Vista, Covington. We went through Hyco now. That's where we're sitting with that area. We're going to Cranefield's Gap, Iredell, Meridian, and Clifton with this warning that's down there in southwest of Cleburne, suburb of Fort Worth and Dallas. Cleburne did have a 3-inch hail stone reported, so that is very large, baseball plus size. Destructive damage here. We got that cell back there. We keep talking about this one that went through Hyco. I mean, it re-strengthens, it kind of weakens, re-strengthens itself. Again, it's looking pretty intense here on the radar. Starting to see that green and reds, kind of see what they do here. It's kind of broad and not real tightly wrapped in there, but again, that's the area that we've been focusing on. We keep looking there. It's going to Cranfield's Gap. Cranfield's Gap, that's the part. I'm sure there's been at least 2, maybe even 3-inch hail with this one. It's just as strong as the one up in that went through Cleburne. Now in the Covington area, we've kind of lost the strength and rotation look on that one, but now we're on this one on the south end of these supercells that have now kind of merged together here into the southwest parts of Texas. Or no, they're not really merged together yet, but they're getting close. But that one still got the weird little tail on it as well. So we'll keep an eye on those. We got the tornado warning up to the north still. Kind of look at this one. Get on the Shreveport radar. So we'd be on the edge of the other one out of Fort Worth. So again, kind of same thing. You see that strength there. This was observed on the ground southwest of Bogota, roughly about 20, 30 minutes ago. Continues its eastward movement here in northeast Texas. We'll be watching that to see if the bottom of the hour in 10 minutes, if that, or now 25 minutes, I guess, we'll be expiring that at a quarter till or not. Golf ball size hail, observed tornado on the ground. Oh, now they've got it radar indicated. So it was observed at one point. So now we're radar indicated. So again, this is the area we're watching. It was an observed tornado by weather spotters in Bogota. We'll wait and see if we got, quickly take another peek at the storm report, see if we got anything from Bogota. Bogota. We do not, but surely that will be updating soon. See if we got any more hail that's come in. We've got the Claiborne hail. We've got 2 Claiborne hail reports now. So Johnson County, Texas, 3 miles southwest of Claiborne, and 1 at the state park, 3-inch hail. West Lake Road and Nolan River Road, 3-inch hail. And also at the state park, we got 3-inch hail at the state park, 2-inch hail reported at other parts of the park, and then the 3-inch hail report now at Westlake Road and Nolan River Road, southwest of Claiborne. So we've got 2 confirmed 3-inch hail reports out of that Claiborne area. So we know that we've got some significant hail damage there in Claiborne. Again, we'll look at some of these other winds, see if there's any damage from winds in any of those areas. There, Georgia. That was the gas station overhang, power lines, and those ones where they had tornadoes earlier in Georgia. And Honey Grove, trees down. That's Fannin, Texas. Large trees, several roofs in Low Lake Creek, Delta County. Lamar, Texas. Damage along Highway 24 south of Paris. So that's up north. Some storm damage. That radar tornado warning, radar indicated. We'll still got it going. We'll probably let that kind of roll here for a little bit since it's in rural. We'll check that at 5:30 again. Run back down here to we got one down in Brady on that cell. So let's flip our radars to down there. We got a tornado warning in the south cell in Brady. Looks like that's probably going to be radar indicated. 2.5 tennis ball size hail. Weather Service in San Angelo has issued a tornado warning for southeastern McCullough, north central Mason, and southwestern San Saba County in west central Texas until 5:45. 5:19 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Camp San Saba, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. We got a tornado and tennis ball size hail. This is radar indicated. This will be near Voca, Camp San Saba, Tennessee, and Camp Air around 5:25 p.m. Fredonia around 5:30. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include the intersection of US 190 and Ranch Road, 1311 and Nukeville. So again, we got a tornado warning. It's radar indicated, but that does not mean it's nothing. So please take shelter if you're in those communities. There is a tornado watch that includes this area. It was a favorable area on our surface map for this type of situation. And we'll take a little closer look at this cell now that we got a warning on it. It is just through Brady to the south parts of Brady on 87 highway or interstate. And let's look at our velocity map or scans. I guess we can see the colors. So broad rotation, we got right on that 87. So right in the middle of this warning. So we're going to continue that warning until from another 20 minutes. 5:45. The storm is moving. I believe it was 45 miles per hour, kind of like the rest of them. 35 miles per hour. Tornado, tennis ball size hail. Right in the Camp Air at this point, Fredonia region area. So we got a tornado warning on the cell just to the south of west or east of Brady. Got thunderstorm warnings out ahead of it to the north, San Saba to Mason, Brady, and areas along Interstate 87 to the southeast of Brady. So we got 2 radar indicated tornado warnings. We got these big hail makers in southwest of Dallas and Fort Worth, particularly this one that went through Claiborne had multiple reports of 3-inch hail in that area. It hasn't really lost its strength any when it comes to hail. We can take a quick peek at the hail parameters that we use. Our Bill product, again, that higher potential ping pong type bills are showing up in a broad swath inside that supercell. So we'll definitely got the hail. That is kind of been the theme. We've been talking about that a lot here on our live streams is the size of the hail this year. And we're down here in the plains, so that's not uncommon. But when we were up there in Michigan and Wisconsin, along the lakes, it's probably not such a common thing to get baseball size hail and tennis ball and that. So that was something that was unique. We talked about last night. We've seen it here in Kansas on marginal threat days in Grove County and 2 nights in a row where we've got 4-inch hail. And these were, not, I mean, they were in watches, but they were in areas that weren't, the highest threat. That one evening we did have, the catastrophic event in Barnesdale there in Oklahoma that we were covering that. That was the area that, was the highest threat, I think the weather or the storm predictions has ever put out on a tornado, on a day or tornado outlook there that morning. So again, we've had, the large hail has been in there. I think that day they used the term giant hail. Could have been up to, that grapefruit size, 4-inch plus. I think they actually went to a 4 1/4 on that one. So again, that's about as large of hail as you can possibly get. I mean, it can be larger, but then we'd be definitely talking about records. And you can just imagine, you've seen the pictures are out there of how large they are. And what that would be like, coming down out of the sky and moving at 50, 60 miles an hour. So we've got a projectile that's very dangerous. It could damage just about anything it hits, and life-threatening if it would hit livestock or animals or some human. So again, this hail, dangerous hail, destructive hail, 3-inch in diameter in these areas has been reported. We keep watching. We got a tornado warning. Been watching this one. No, this is the one in Brady. So that's been having a tornado warning on it. Again, that one we just kind of run down. I almost mistaken it for the one that we've been watching up here that went through Hyco. It's now in the Grays Gap area, moving to the east-southeast. Got a big severe thunderstorm warning on it. Probably need to flip our radars back to get a better look at it. So Ithaca, Itzka. Keep an eye here. That is something to look at here. And then the Grayson's Gap area down there around Clifton. Itzka. I like that name. It's Itasca. It's Itasca. Itasca. Covington, Itasca, Grandview, and Carl's Corner. We're in the path of this cell. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for those communities until an hour. So we're looking at 6:30 there. Destructive damage threat, 60-mile-an-hour wind. Hail is what we're talking about on that destructive damage. We said there is 3-inch reports coming out of here. Right now, the radar indicates 2 3/4 inch. Not much difference there. That's baseball size hail. We're talking, a handful of hail being flown at you at 60 mile an hour. So again, that's destructive. They're labeling the damage threat on this as destructive, this thunderstorm, as well as the one that's to the south and west in the what we call it, Granny's Gap, Meridian, Clifton. Been watching this one. This one haven't seen the big reports out of it, but this is actually considerable damage, tennis ball size, so just a little bit smaller. Haven't seen any reports coming out of this area with any hail yet, but again, radar would indicate that it's getting up there the same size at ping pong to baseball size. Destructive to considerable damage is what wording we're putting on that. Let me look at the storm reports again. See if we got any updates. More still wind gusts. Let's go back to hail. Now we're getting some hail reports in. We got Claiborne still got 3-inch. Red River up north an inch in Brady. So that cell that has a tornado warning showing an inch on it. See if we got any tornado reports coming in yet from Texas. Still don't. I don't know what's going on there. But we've had, a confirmed tornado at least in the southwest of Bogota, and we've had some warnings that are radar indicated. We currently got one in Brady, or to the south and east of Brady now. Still got the one up in the northeast that was on the ground. We'll look to see if that's still, we're past the bottom of the hour, so let's go check that one, if that got extended or it has downgraded to severe thunderstorm warning. Yes, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. So they dropped the tornado warning on that one as it moves towards DeKalb and New Boston. We're back to a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see what kind of hail size they put on it. 1 1/4, $half size. So now we've, again, this cell did have a tornado reported by observers in Bogota. And you can see that's well behind it now. It's heading towards DeKalb. They're on Interstate 82. on that Red River area. So we'll kind of pause that for a little bit. What's going on up here? Looks like we did have 4 severe thunderstorms up there. Now we're kind of down to 2. So that area is weakening up to the north. They get down there to the southwest of Dallas and Fort Worth. Them cells do not look like they're weakening. And again, that is that area that we're thought here at least through 7. I'll take another quick peek at the updated models to see if they're still continuing to strengthen those as we get towards the end of the day, or if they will keep going. We got the tornado warning on the one down by Brady. Looks like it's been extended into a thunderstorm, but the cell in Brady for broader areas. Watch this stuff in Iska, Hillsboro, Meridian, and Grayson's Gap. So again, we had 3-inch hail on this one. This one we got 2-inch potential. Again, destructive thunderstorms. Hail is the main threat. Can't rule out a tornado. We're in a tornado watch. We got this one down here in Brady. Let's make sure there hasn't been any updates on it. We are another 9 minutes. Still radar indicated, so we're not seeing things get worse with that one at this point. Still got it for another 9 minutes for these rural areas south and east of Brady. And then we got these up in Dallas, Fort Worth area. I'm going to take a look at that model data real quick for you. We'll just go ahead and put it on the screen. So what we're going to look at here is some of our, I'm going to go to the latest runs, which would be our 5 o'clock hour. So we're looking for any enhancement here. Okay, we're seeing this area here. We're kind of watching that area, some enhancement through 7 o'clock. And then it gets weaker there around 9. So 7 o'clock, we still got some areas here of enhancement. Let's look at our reflectivity, see where they're kind of thinking that stuff will either go or develop. Same thing, just supercells in the same areas. These two, these are the ones we're kind of watching. So we're looking here at 7 o'clock still. So we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we're still seeing a little bit there on the reflectivity of storms continuing to sink to the southeast. You watch that stuff up north, and that does weaken. So stuff up north weakens, stuff to the south and east movement cells look like they can increase again here, at least through 7, 8 o'clock. So we'll keep an eye on that. As far as, hail is probably what we're talking about. I noticed there was some flash flooding coming up, so I definitely got some heavy rain in those areas. Something that we will update on there. So we got these 2 supercells in southwest of Fort Worth. We got 3 of them actually, all with that southeast movement. We see something popping up there around Waco. We'll just keep watching these. computer models are still showing them holding their intensity for at least a couple, 2, maybe 3 hours. We're at 5:30 now. That was showing at 7 to 8 o'clock. Still some good formation as it moved down there towards Jacksonville, Palestine, Temple, those areas of Texas. So we would again be looking right in here, this Killian, Ileano, Burnett through Jacksonville for these cells to keep their strength here the next couple of hours. But again, the threat is large hail. I think we're going to continue to see that. I don't know. We could see, the tornado watch does go in effect until 9 o'clock. I'm pretty sure on the Texas stuff. Double check on that. I got them kind of mixed up. 9 o'clock. So again, that's kind of where we're thinking that they'll hold together, keep with the large hail, keep moving there to the south and east, and that you can see here that I think I got her up on where we're at there. These are 3 cells. This is where the watch is up until 9 o'clock. So we just ran down those areas out in front of it where it would still hold together at that 8-9 o'clock time frame. So it's expected to hold the intensity until that time with at least the large hail. We've had reports of anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. That 3 inches was on this one to the north here in the Claiborne area earlier. This is now slowly moving off there. I will check. I think I saw some flooding on behind these. So we are, flooding potential. The large hail is probably our biggest threats. Don't see no flood reports yet, but again, they're not really that large or are moving real fast. We started, when did we start here? It looks like we started 4 o'clock or so, a little after 4. We were in the Claiborne area, so we've moved slowly here over the last hour and a half. So heavy rainfall in these areas. Don't know. They've been having storms, so we should be fairly saturated. Gonna look here. We got a storm in Waco now. So let's see. Our tornado warning should be getting. Oh, they kept it going. So we got considerable. Let's see what they have done with this thing. Radar. So we're going to look at the rotation and see if we got anything here on this cell. We're still seeing some broad rotation in that. So they have extended. It says 2 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on that. Warning is in place. So 2 minutes on this tornado warning. We'll just keep this rotating here for a couple minutes. See if they continue that one. That is the only tornado warning out there in Texas. So these 4 storms up north have really weakened in the last hour. We did have a tornado about 45 minutes ago, I believe it was. Yeah, 45. Where they're in Bogota. It was on the ground. It was destructive. We don't know. Haven't seen any reports come in on that. But again, it was spotter indicated. We got this one still in effect. We're going to watch here for another minute, see if that continues. It could very well, because we still see some broad. Yes, it does. There it is. So another 31 minutes on this one. It'll extend out there to include southeastern McCullough, northeastern Mason County, western San Saba counties until 6:15. At 5:43, severe thunderstorms capable of producing a tornado was located over Fredonia, moving southeast at 35. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. This is radar indicated rotation. So again, it's radar indicated, but that doesn't mean that there isn't destructive winds and large hail. You need to be indoors. You need to be away from the windows. You need to be going to the lowest levels. Have your 2 sources of weather information. We'd like to have one being us here at America Weather Streaming Channel. You can have your Facebook open or your YouTube. If you don't lose your power, make sure you have batteries in your weather radio. And weather radio is a necessity. And then your second source could be your cell phone. You could have us on your cell phone, on your television, but cell phone is probably the best second option, and your weather radio. So that's probably what most people do these days, is get that cell phone set up to your favorite weather sources. We're new, so we're not we're working hard here. We just went past 200 subscribers since the severe weather events of the last 3 weeks. So we're happy with our coverage. We're doing well. We got a team of 4 of us that can rotate off when we're an event like this that can be covered by one, or like we did the last 3 nights where we've had to have 3 or 4 of us on at a time and work in shifts. So some of these guys that do 15 hours straight, I don't know how that's possible. But I've done radio in the past with a couple of us, and once you get past six hours or so, that's a lot of strain on your voice and stuff. So we're here tonight. We're watching this stuff in Texas. I'm meteorologist Chris Schromick. I'm actually in Atwood, Kansas, which is in the northwestern parts of the state. We call it the tri-state area. It's a lot of where the storms kind of start on the plains. We don't really hit Tornado Alley until you get east of us. But I did have a comment today downtown. I go, they should just do away with the term Tornado Alley because tornadoes are everywhere. And that was at our Rotary meeting. He goes, they've gotten worse, and now we have them, all the way up in Chicago and Michigan, and he goes, and they're big ones. So I found that interesting that the public is, already seeing the shift in severe weather, and particularly this year seems very unique. Even through the winter, it's kind of when we started. We had mountain snows and blizzards and a tornado warning together. I still will probably talk about that forever. That was one of my very first live streams here with American Weather Streaming. If you want to go back and look at it, can't quite remember the date, but it was our last. We had a blizzard warning and a tornado on the ground within, I don't know, it's probably 90 miles from the one end of the where we were that day. It would be right at the 3 corners, St. Francis, Kansas to Grinnell, Kansas. I know here from Atwood, that's roughly 60 miles, Sandy's 40, so 90, 100 miles apart. We had a tornado and a blizzard warning at the same time, and winds were coming in, and the tornado was on the end of the comma point of the low, and something I'll probably never forget. But then again, we got this tornado warning that's been extended here for another 30 minutes now. It'll be till 6:15, and it's radar indicated. It's kind of moving right along Highway 71. We don't have, any cities. Leano would be Leano would be the next city, but we got Highway 71, which is a significant highway between Brady and Leano, which should know that word because it's very common in Texas with the land formations there in the western parts of the state. And so Brady to Leano, Texas here is what we're watching, this tornado warning. It is definitely in effect for another 20 minutes to 6:15 p.m. Go back and look at our stuff up by Dallas. That Itzka cell looks like they've extended almost to Waco now with the one there, Dallas. Well, let's flip our radars for us. So we got why can't I find my radar flipper? Don't even see my thing up here for my towns. Anyway, we've got watching this stuff in the Dallas area here. I'm trying to figure out where am I. I've got a bigger view here so I can. Well, I flip out of there and go ahead and we'll put our surface map back up, see if we got any changes there on the surface map. Again, we've got, oh gosh, it got up to 99 down there, kind of in that area. 99 degrees already in May, 67 dew point. Lord, that's going to be hot and humid. 90 out here where the thunderstorm is, 84 where it's kind of moved through. And then we've got the cells up here around Dallas. We got 70, 70, 75, 69. Dew points are still in the upper 60s. So again, we've got favorable conditions down there where those cells are. We're expecting them to continue on here this evening for at least another couple of hours. The watch goes until 9. We're nearing 6 p.m. So, we're kind of thinking that indication would be there until we get to those later hours. That tornado warning down there has been extended. So we'll do a quick rundown of the back up to get the radar back up here. So get my live stream back up, radar, and share. Okay, got radar back up. I'll go and put it. Put me down in the corner. Get that rolling here. Notice that tornado warning has extended itself. So we were waiting to see if it would end. It's been extended. So now we're talking down 71 to Llano, and then we'd be Burnett. So it's been through Brady. We're now Llano here until 37 minutes. So that'll be till 6:30. We got a tornado warning. So if you're out there on 71 between Brady and Llano, it's a dangerous situation. We've got a tornado on the ground, or no, not on the ground, radar indicated, potential for 2.5-inch hail and a damaging destructive storm. So tornado warning down there. We're going to look at these two cells in the Dallas, or south and west of Dallas and Fort Worth. Starting to see this stuff pop up out ahead. So I'm going to bet that we may, I mean, they're supposed to be holding together. They look like they've, have somewhat, maybe weakened somewhat. Now we've got new warnings out ahead on the one that went through Meridian, Hyco. So when we had the really good images of it, it was back here around Hyco. Now it's in Clifton. We'll see if what they got, if they downsize the hail anymore. It's still considerable. Hail is now to golf ball. That was 2.5. Now it's 1.75. So at least the hail threat is still large. I mean, golf ball's not, but we were talking up to 2.5 inches on that one earlier. So again, that shows some signs that they are. Weather Service at least thinks that the radar indication is weakening. We'll go to Carl's Corner, Isca. This one, I need to read this warning here. So 50 minutes, that'll go until 7 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 6:45, I guess that would be. So we'll go 5:45 p.m. 5:44 p.m. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for east central Hamilton, northwestern McLennan, and northeastern Coryell, southeastern Bosque County until 6:45. At 5:44 p.m., severe thunderstorm located near Cranfield's Gap, or 12 miles southwest of Clifton, was moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are what the Weather Service is estimating with the radar. Tornado watch will continue until 9 p.m. for this area part of Texas. Again, we'll go through that. If you're in that area of the thunderstorm warning, please would include, let's see here, run down some of these communities. Rural areas of east central Hamilton, northwestern McLennan, northeastern Coryell, and southeastern Bosque counties, including Pancake, Coyote, Rock Creek, Coryell City, Whiteway, Levita, Hirsch Springs, Womack, Lakewood Harbor, and Osage. These are all small communities or more rural in setting. But again, if you're in those communities, we got a severe thunderstorm warning, golf ball size hail. It's considerable damage threat. Again, that's something not to mess around with. So be inside, get things covered. Get your pets inside, get shelter, get your cars inside, and just set the storm out. Again, run through that. If you've got 2 warning systems, multiple ways to receive your information updates. If there's tornado watch, so you should be inside with the tornado plan prepared in case one of these cells does spawn something. We wouldn't think it would be a large tornado, but it could be a small tornado. So, run through your preparedness plan, stay inside, away from the windows, lowest level. Interior rooms is always the number, 1, 2, 3. And then again, have your information handy, your cell phone, severe weather radio, batteries in place, and the works. So again, we got these 2 severe thunderstorms. We're watching as we go to the 6 o'clock hour. We're not thinking that they're going to, we do have the tornado warning. So we'll sit here and watch this one till 6:30. It's radar indicated. It's rural. It's down 71 highway. Leano, is what we're focusing on. It does have that track heading right there. Again, that 2.5-inch hail kind of moving down 71 with that rotation area. We got and then this stuff up here. Carl's Corner, Hillsboro. We'll watch this one. This one will probably extend the warning as well. It's starting to get a little notch here, so we'll watch that one. See what it does here at the expires. We got 30 minutes. This one's destructive, so it's got the baseball size hail in it. Still had the 3-inch reports back there in Claiborne, multiple reports. Let's go and look at the reports again. Let's close that out. So 30 minutes there. This is another 45 minutes. And then the stuff up north is now all flood warnings up there. So again, let's kind of back out, run this Texas stuff down. All the severe weather activity along the Red River that does have a watch in the Arklatex region till 11 has died down to, flooding back in Gainesville, Sherman, Bowie. Those storms kind of trained there all through the afternoon. And we can just pop one up real quick, see what kind of rain amounts we're talking in those areas. So we got radar continues to indicate the thunderstorms storms are producing heavy rainfall. Another round of rain moving into northern Grayson County. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing. We're expected to begin shortly. Highway 75 corridor in or near Sherman. Please do not travel unless necessary. Highway 75 in and near Sherman. Life-threatening flash flooding. So again, this must be some significant flooding there on the highway. Do not try to drive through it. Let this warning pass. It goes in effect until I think an hour and a half is what was on that. So flash flood 7:45, so an hour and 45 minutes. Again, Highway 75 in the Sherman area. So let's close that out and take a look at that, where we are in Sherman. So where they're talking here on the map is Sherman. It looks like it's a sizable community. So we got flooding along Highway 75, which would be where's 75? 86, 82. But anyway, we got, I swear that's 75. So reread that again. Highway 75 corridor in Sherman, when and near Sherman. Let's see, 11, there it is, 75 is right here. So it just changes numbers when it goes into Sherman. So, okay. So 75 is the highway that runs right through Sherman. So Interstate 75, not highway. We got flooding on there. That's a considerable stretch of highway in this Sherman area. So we got an hour and 45 minutes on flooding. Again, flooding, tornadoes get all the hoopla. Flooding is the silent killer. Don't drive in there into anything that's over the roadway. You don't know how deep it is. You don't know how fast it's running. And it just is nothing to do. So if you're traveling on 75, heading towards Sherman, either from the north or the south on 75, just stop for a while. This is another hour and 45 minutes. They expect high water and destructive, flooding. They're calling it life-threatening. So again, there's a reason they're using that wording. Life-threatening flooding on 75 highway in Sherman for the next hour and 45 minutes. Again, we'll say that again. Life-threatening flooding in the Sherman, Texas area until 7:45 p.m. on 75 interstate highway. So I don't have the exact mile markers, but just if you're on 75 coming into Sherman from the north or the south, just stop. There's flooding, or go around if you can. I don't know. I don't see any real direct routes around that. So again, just stop, eat some supper, take a break, have a drink, and don't travel through Sherman. That'll be the ending of that. So we'll go back and look at another one of these flood. I think there's two of them. Oh, Bonham. Okay, looks like we just got the one. So let's go back down here. So the stuff up north is now flood warning. This cell here around Honey Grove or Bonham does look like it's still potentially close to severe. It does have a special weather statement on it for 11 minutes. I'm guessing that means 55-mile-an-hour winds, nickel-sized hail, east at 40 miles per hour, Belle Savoy, Bonham may intensify. So that's the thing to watch on that. Local weather radio, thinking that it could still intensify. So we'll watch that one. No warning on it, but it is pretty significant on radar. So whatever they had on the max there, I think the 45-mile-an-hour wind, nickel-sized hail probably happening on that cell. Looks like we now got the extended warning on the Carl's Corner stuff. See what that includes. Still got this new stuff that developed around Waco, extending up to the on 86 interstate to Fairfield. That's probably going to stop some of this once we get past these warnings, and we'll watch to see what that intensifies. But again, we're kind of leaving that. Let me see what we got in Waco for temperatures and stuff. My surface, Waco. We're still in the 80s. They're upper 80s, mid to upper 80s. So again, that, but it's getting rain cold as we speak and all that. So it's actually dropping to 82. We got 76 behind it. Dew points are still in the mid 60s. So again, the environment's favorable, but the rain cooling is going to dampen some of the severity. Go back to the radar. So let's read this warning. So it's an hour or 54 minutes to 7. We'll and an hour. And so again, this baseball size. Now it's tennis ball size at 2.5. Damage, 60-mile-an-hour winds. I will do the rundown of the locations. So until 7 p.m. From 6 o'clock, severe thunderstorm was located near Hillsboro. That potential tennis-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is radar located. This storm will be near Bynum around 6:10 p.m., Navarro Hills Lake around 6:30 p.m., and Hubbard Irene, Frost, Penelope, Navarro Mills, and Brandon. So that's kind of your rundown for the next hour. Again, this is tennis ball size hail moving southeast from the Hillsboro area, Carl's Corner. We were talking about Carl's Corner earlier. So again, that is the new. This is a considerable damage threat because of the size of that hail. We go back here to our other one that we've kind of been watching this south end. Now it's in Gatesville. Actually, the core is right here to the south of Clinton. This one continues to track east. It's more south anything and kind of picking up speed. Inch and a quarter expires here at the 45. So we got to watch. Looks like it's picking up speed. So at this point, when it was issued here, we were 40 miles an hour. So that's still probably pretty quick. So that's probably about what it is, 40 miles an hour. Through that warning box. So we'd be looking Crawford. We got storms out ahead of it in Waco. on Highway 6. So that's where it's going, down Highway 6 between Clifton and Waco. And severe thunderstorm warning, golf ball size hail, and wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. So take a quick, probably just raining on him, so we won't look. This guy's probably looking both ways, won't bother with that. Let's go back to our tornado. It's looking like it's getting some something. Oh, we got two tornadoes now. Oh, it's the same one. So let's go into there. So our tornado warning looks like it's got some strengthening maybe here. Again, this cell's on the south end. It's radar indicated. It's moving towards Llano, Texas. Intersections there of 71 and 16. Llano is in the path of this storm with radar rotation. Let's look at that. I think it has strengthened a little bit, maybe. Pretty. Oh, I'm on the right. Maybe not there. Yeah, I'm on the right. So again, we're getting out on the edge of that one too. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, you can see it better on that one. So we'll keep it on this run now. Get off the San Angelo one. Get on the where's that, Darrell? Grange, Texas radar. So so you can kind of see what we're talking about here along the highway. It's rotation. Weather Service now has extended the tornado warning. Or we probably run down this one because Llano was it. So that's the peak on that. If you're traveling down Highway 71, I've been saying on highway, we got large hail. We got ball higher on 1 inch. Well, it's different with that one. We've been mostly talking hail. This is more of a tornado threat. So the one, it is on the southwest end. So 70 dew point. I don't think I would like to be there. Been in Kansas City. We've gotten 90s, mid 90s, and 75s and stuff, and you darn near can't move, do anything. So anyway, keep an eye there. Got the flood warning in Sherman until 7:45. Is life threatening. And again, now Waco's under severe thunderstorm warning. Saw that developing. Let's get back on our base reflectivity. Take a peek at that one. It's in Waco, proper the southeast sides of Waco. And they're expecting that one to take a track. Thunderstorm located over Bellmead or moving east at 10 miles per hour. That's a slow. Until 7 indicated hail damage to vehicles can be expected. Beverly Hills, Ricel, Hallsburg, Landing House, Lake Creek Lake, Leroy, 28 and 3/4 till 9 p.m. So again, you should be prepared. You should be inside. You should be listening. Right this time of the day, watching the news, eating supper, but listening to the weather, watching the weather. Get your radios handy, your phones. Have us on American Weather Streaming Channel. Again, go to My Weather Now. Hit subscribe to make sure it's meteorologists, varying probably at least 6, 7, maybe 10 of us in those areas. So we'll keep bringing more and more of us on here. Again, I'm in meteorologist Chris Schromick, American Weather Streaming Channel, Colorado and Kansas, Oklahoma. I've been forecasting weather since I graduated in 95, and Kansas City. A lot of radio work out here on the plains, Denver, Cook, Goodland, Colby, a lot of small towns. So farming community, big time farming. We're a family farm of since 1888, and still have the same family, 6th generation farmers running it. So and meteorologist. So again, farming background. I do like ag. We will be developing some ag product that particularly for some of the spraying. I know that's on the plains. It's all no-till. That's what we got out here, Kansas. We know Texas well because Texas is right south of us, and our interstate trade goes there. Got friends that live in Dallas, so definitely like doing Texas. So, kind of a rundown for Texas. Large hail is what we're watching. And now we got a tornado down here at Leon. We got stuff now popping up in Waco. This stuff is moving really slow, so we need to watch rain on that. Flash flood, life-threatening flash flooding. And determine news and be there. So again, this one here, we keep watching them little hooks. Tornado watch still in place. So let's take a look at that guy. Take a look at that guy, Barney Malone. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, I could probably get on a better radar. Which radar am I on? Let's get back to, let's get on the Dallas one. Mason. Nope, wrong one. A tornado. These are the newer ones. There we go. So we got in with Cardinals corner. There we go. Let's keep an eye on that. So this is where I'm talking. I kind of picked that up on the radar. So Malone, Hubbard. This is the one that had the big hail back here, and where were we? Claiborne, clear back here, 3-inch. 3 reports of it. Probably going to take another peek at that here at the bottom of that storm report. See if we got anything. Keep this one up there a little. Jabber about stuff tonight. I will watch that box. That one's kind of faster. It's kind of anyway. That one has golf ball size hail. One has the tennis ball. History of baseball. Just bad news all around when you got hail that big, and trees will get bark knocked off, siding messes up your car. So get off the highways, get your cars parked, stay inside. Tornado, supper time, so get the news on. Dinner time, chicken fried steak in Texas, and great big glasses of tea. The favorite thing I ate when I'm down there is chicken fried steak and big glasses of sweet tea. So do that. Pull in tail. We're talking about Malone, Penelope, Hubbard, Dawson. I'm watching this rotation. I don't know if I read this one yet. I keep talking probably over it. So considerable damage, 60-mile wind, tennis ball size. Um, Southeastern Hill County, southwestern Navarro County until 7. Located near Carl's Corner, where we pass that. We're in Hillsboro, probably past there. Tennis ball size hail, gust, radar indicated. Don't put people or animals outside. No. Expect the damage. We just talked about that. So, barn through next 6:30, 10 minutes. Hubbard 6:35. Dawson 6:40. I think we just said those. So Navarro Hill. Navarro Mills. Hubbard Dawson. I'm just going to reiterate that. Destructive hail. Inside. Dangerous situation. Has been dangerous for quite some time with the hail. I'm going to flip out of here. Keep watching this here. So while we're watching that on rate of velocity in here, so what you're watching on this velocity is, see this little notch building, and then watch these greens and reds. As that tightens up and turns, and that's where the potential tornadic activity will develop. So if you flip that back out to a regular radar, actually we've got that one's too far away, but you can still get down there on that one. That one's always been radar. That actually made a warning going. Yeah, Liano. We got another one. Oh, Waco's already up. So let's get back to our radar. I'm getting off the subject here. Go back to looking for storm reports. Yeah, that's what this is. Again, if you're in Penelope, Hubbard, Dawson, I'm going to reiterate, this is a thunderstorm warning. I that it could upgrade. If you're in those communities till 7 o'clock, Malone, Penelope, Hubbard, Dawson get inside. We got a dangerous storm moving through those areas, or will be moving into those areas. Right now, it's in Bynum, Malone. Some intensification in our velocity radar. This last one, it just kind of died a little bit. But again, that don't mean nothing. We're in a tornado watch. We got this activity now. New watch has been issued on this one. What we expected is a thunderstorm watch. Considerable, still golf ball, still 60. It's going to go until past 7 o'clock. It will include the counties of southwestern McLennan, northeast until 7:15 p.m. 6:21. Severe thunderstorm located 7 miles west of Crawford, 11 miles northeast of Gatesville, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. We've got a hazard of golf size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Already said that. Radar indicated. We all already talked about what you need to do and get the animals. McGregor, Moody, or then other locations will be Rock Creek, Coryell City, Osage, Willow Grove, South Mountain, Oglesby, Mound, Leon Junction, and China Springs. Interstate 35, markers 321, 35. Tornado watch does remain in effect till 7, so it should be good. Storm has a history of producing the large hail. And again, we're talking golf ball, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and 7:15. Going to keep watching this. See what our tornado warning. It's in Leano. Flip our radar. Take a peek at it real quick. still about the same. And rotation in there. So this one's one of those two. I'd imagine that's going to continue. Leano, storm, take cover, tornado warning. Still showing rotation on radar, and it don't look the best. We'll keep that one up for now. Flip back and forth. I'm going to look at storm reports real quick. 6:30. Might as well do it now since I'm there. Take a drink. Michael's going to be sending us new microphones, so you should be able to hear me better near future. So the volume's not the greatest. Working on that. We're just kind of a startup, so we're getting things going. We would appreciate subscriptions to Weather Valet. If you subscribe to Weather Valet, you can have direct messaging access to us while we're doing this. We'll answer them. It's on a phone. You'll get daily forecasts and weather updates for your region and severe weather reports. And then by subscribing that, then your area becomes a focus for one of our meteorologists. And that's how we get paid and we make money is through the subscriptions to Weather Valet. So that allows us to communicate. It's direct messaging, texting, which we'll have our meteorologists just doing that, and then also watching the chats and all that come in, the Facebook and that. While a couple of us are out here, we'll have Timmy on the ground and chasing storms, particularly in the Midwest. Me and Nick and AJ and doing the play-by-play or whatever we need to do, hand it off to each other, giving each other breaks. So again, weathervalet.com. That's where you get registered, get it loaded on your phone, Google Play Store, Apple. Go to My Weather Now. If you're going to get the YouTube channel, go to your state's Facebook page, hit watch, and we'll live stream this on Facebook pages as well. So you'll see them there. Again, I'm in Northwest Kansas, so if you're Northwest Kansas weather weenie, want to watch tornadoes across the country, go ahead and let's do it. Back to the storm reports. Got up the subject again here. Let me see if I got anything new. I think I refreshed. So let's go down to the bottom of our Itzka. We just talked about Carl's Corner and Itzka. So this storm, the one that had the 3-inch hail, oh man, 4.5 now. Itzka. So Hill, Texas. So about 44 minutes ago, Itzka had a 4.5-inch hail reported. So here we go again. We've got another day of 4.5-inch hail. I'm going to put that keep marking that on my calendar because I don't think it's stopped in 3 weeks. Every time we're on here, we've got one, particularly out here in the plains. So 4.5 inches. That's the biggest one for the day. Then as it's gone further, through, so this was southwest of Itzka. Next one is southeast of Itzka. Updated the hail to baseball size 2.75 from 3 tennis ball hail. So I don't know what the difference is there, but 25 quarter of an inch. Golf ball size hail, Earl Cransfield Gap 1.75, Carl's Corner 1.75, and Itzka Hill, same thing. It must be in town 1 inch. So outside and to the south of Itzka, we had a baseball and a grapefruit, 4.5. I'd be curious to see if Itzka's ever had 4.5-inch hail before. So that's just interesting. I'm going to keep talking about 4.5-inch, 4-inch hail because probably since I was a kid, and I live in the plains where it hails, I've only remembered it once. Yeah, that's 50 years, or at least maybe 40 years. I mean, at least I remember stuff from when I was 10, so we'll say 40 years. So we still don't have a tornado. That tornado we were watching up there, and it was on the ground in Bogota. Don't have any report from it yet. So anyway, that hail was the topic I kind of wanted to look at. So again, we'll go back and keep talking about hail. So this one with the hail in it. Oh, the one with the hail in it, I was kind of worried about tornado possibly too. So let's go back there. Okay, got my radar flipped. We'll go back to that warning box. Oops. And we got, okay, it's starting, it's not notching in, but we'll watch it. Still probably not going to trigger, but so this is the one that has the big hail. There's Carl's Corner. There's Itzka. Golf or grapefruit hail right here. 45 minutes ago. And then it's got smaller as it moved through Bynum, these areas. Now we're here. I think the cell's strengthening. So again, large hail. Got large hail down here. We might be able to get a picture of this one. These guys are in pretty good position. Let's see what it looks like. Gherkin again. Corey Gherkin again. Hail, hail, hail. Can't really see it that good. Oh, close out my radar. God darn it, I hate when I do that. So just a second, let me put the, I'm going to go ahead and put the surface map back up. Or the storm report map. Let me see what I got going here. That's my live stream guy. Oh, I got him up there, so that's fine. Leave Corey up there while I get the radars wrapping up. So Corey Gherkin is down here in that second cell, which has the golf ball size potential on it. The one that had a bigger hail is to the north. The tornado one is much further to the south and west, Leano area. So while we do that, we'll take a watch this storm that Corey's got up there on the screen, our live stream. And I got my radar fired back up. We'll go ahead and share it. So Corey was right here. That's that cell you're looking at right there. I got it on the velocity scan right now. I'll flip it back over. Here's the Hubbard one. This is the one that had just maybe an hour ago now, southwest of Ithaca, the 4.5-inch hail. So we can probably still see that time frame in our radar here, maybe. No, it's already passed, so we don't have that back. So now this one does look stronger. This one has weakened. Well, it's because this is all merging. So all this stuff's going to merge here. This one's moving really slow. These are moving right into it. So when that all merges, I'm guessing this will all just be big hail and big rain, probably flooding picks up here if it keeps moving as slow as it is. And looks like Leano dropped the tornado warning. So looks like we're starting to kind of get to again and go back up to Sherman. Don't want to forget about Sherman. Got a thunderstorm in Paris, Texas. That's a pretty big town. So maybe some nickel-sized hail, wind gust 45 there. Sherman's got life-threatening flooding until 7:45. 75 highway. It's just part coming in from the north, south. Again, it's life-threatening. Do not try to cross it. They don't say life-threatening in these warnings for whether it's crossing the highway. So don't drive through 75 through Sherman. Just park and like I said earlier, you probably have had a couple or so steaks and tea and whatever else beverage of your choice, and just keep staying there. Watching the television. I don't know what's on TV tonight. We even have sports. I've kind of been doing weather too much here the last few days. I've lost track of what's going on otherwise. So we got Leano. No more tornado warning. Storm looks strong. See what they say. Quarter size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Tornado is still possible. Expires in an hour. So Leano, then you got Marble Falls, and that's really rural down there. Then you'll get to Austin. So watch that one. It got really hot down there. We got tornado. I think Austin's right on the edge of that. Until 9 p.m. Got these hail ballers up here to the north. I'm going to at least go to 6:45. I'm probably just going to stay here till 7 on these. All right, let's back out and we've been in Texas for a long time, so don't know what else is going on. We were thinking it was all going to quit everywhere, or not quit, but the rest of the country here. So we're down in Texas. We got some stuff going on in Georgia. That's all past stuff. You got power outages. Got power outages. A lot of power outages. 1,000 customers. 7:45. Must be wind damage in rural areas. So you got power outages in Georgia. We got the storms now. Florida. So that's not anything to worry about. We got some stuff back here in Alabama. Severe thunderstorms, Columbus, Ray Form, DeKalb on the other side of the state line. In Mississippi, DeKalb, Mississippi, and 1 inch hail, another hour. Columbus, Mississippi, Millport, Alabama, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Storms in Chelsea. Let's see if I got any let's see what our watches are doing here. So we do have severe thunderstorm watches in that Alabama stuff. We got a tornado watch that's down there around the Georgia, Florida, little small one, Alabama border. Got our tornado watch that does, and then they've put severe storms out ahead of this tornado watch. So that's probably a pretty good indication that that's going to be the end of the tornado watch when it expires. Still got the severe thunderstorm watch in the Arklatex until 11. Imagine this new severe thunderstorm watch includes till midnight. It will include Austin. So Austin's not in the tornado. Or maybe it's right on, that's where it hands off. Lufkin, College Station, Lufkin, Austin, severe thunderstorm watch till midnight. Did the Alabama stuff, did the tornado, so we can go back out of the southeast, back to Texas. So you saw that in the southeast. We got severe thunderstorm watch there till midnight. I think midnight. And then now back to Texas. So here's those storms in Georgia, Alabama and Mississippi. The area where they had the tornado watch is right here. Dothan, Ozark, Enterprise, Troy, just a small area down here in the corner. Didn't read the reasoning on that. That might be interesting. Let's just read the reasoning of that little guy. Which one are my watches? So that little tornado watch down there in Alabama. So that is actually that's Georgia and Alabama state line tornado watch until 9 p.m. Strong severe storms bands will likely progress east southeast in the watch area. Complete depiction of that tornado watch. Supercells, embedded supercells, mesovortices may pose tornado risk. So they're talking about this stuff. Here, moving to here over the next couple hours and strengthening. So there is a tornado watch here until 9. So it's still, that's a long ways away. So I'm not sure what I think about that right now. Go back to Texas. Watch our loop here. We got the hail baller. Not so long ago, an hour ago, 4.5 inches right up here. That cell that did that is now really hammering into Dawson. It's going to collide in with this cell here. This will become a great big warning for all this area, and probably at least a flash flood watch, probably, or at least or something flooding wise. I would think we got the flooding up north. Sherman, that's life threatening for another hour. Just stop, sit for an hour. Leano, it's now a thunderstorm warning.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Michael.
Hey there. Yeah, I was just testing out a new microphone here. Just got in.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully I sound okay.
I can hear you. I don't have the volume up very loud. Let me turn my volume up. Okay, now say something.
Yeah, no, I was just testing out the new microphone here. How do I sound?
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Yep, you're clear.
Good.
Clear.
Yep. How are things looking?
Oh, well, it's like we got this stuff emerging. The stuff in the southeast is kind of fizzled out. There still is that tornado watch, and I'm speculating where that stuff even gets down there. But the big thing that we've had is this hail. We got another an hour ago. We had a 4.5 incher on this one. So this one had in Claiborne, it had 3 inches, three reports, and then an hour ago 4.5 here. They're still calling golf ball now. This one been golf ball the whole time, but it's got Gherkin's got pretty good pictures of the clouds, and he's been following that a long time. I think it was all the way back here in Hyco. But he started in Hyco and just keeps moving out ahead of it. So that one, and then we had one confirmed tornado up in the Bogota. Spotter indicated, but it hasn't even hit the severe storms reports yet. So I don't know what's going on there. I think Spotter's stuff would get to National Weather Service. But that's kind of it. This stuff here is going to merge. These cells, we're all moving 40. This is moving 10 in Waco. So we got life-threatening flooding up here in Sherman. So It's obviously in town running across 75. I'm guessing that that's low because of the nearing the Red River. I know I've been through that. I've been through there. I just don't remember Sherman in particularly. So that's kind of the rundown. This had tornado warnings all the way from Brady to here, but not. I mean, it's all radar. That cell there. That was the one on the very south end. Temperatures got to 99 out here with a 70-degree dew point. So that was miserable. And those numbers are still high here, but the rain's cooling it. So it's dropped into the upper 70s, low 80s from that mid 90s, 90, low 90s, 90 degrees. So that's kind of the rundown. That tornado watch is in this area, expires at 9, and then till midnight, a severe thunderstorm watch that catches College Station and Austin. So that would be the kind of where the end of the severe weather could be. So that's the rundown.
Awesome. Lots going on there.
Yeah, Texas was the spot tonight. Did a pretty good rundown with following the Texas stuff. We did some talking about weather valet. People do the weather valet, then we can focus the meteorologists into that area more. So particularly this Texas, Oklahoma, Plains, Midwest, I think we got really good coverage. All the way through the Midwest, Mississippi Valley. We've been, what'd you say we did today? 15 hours the last 3 days. And if we did another, what have I been on? A couple hours or going on 3. So 18 hours, today was not near like the last 3 days.
No, that's good.
But Texas, after I got on it, it's gotten pretty good. I mean, it's got a tornado and this hail. I keep talking about this hail because I've been talking everywhere I go about the hail. And I think I talked earlier about this is at Rotary today. It's always weather, and our newspaper lady is 95, I think, and she's like, we just need to get, and she covered the Greensburg tornado. She was telling me that story, telling us at Rotary. So the mayor of Greensburg and 3 people, a new reporter that she knew was living there and got in when the president came in and got an interview, the mayor, and then a banker that was in our bank were all down there. So she did an interview with them after that tornado, and she said what I put in the paper was just minimal compared to what she had with those guys. But a lot of conversation was about Tornado Alley needs to change maybe to include Kansas all the way. And me and Timmy were talking about that. The Indiana and Ohio has had lots of tornadoes, so it's always kind of the secondary area of focus. But this year, this hail and all that, so it's been different. And that was all kind of interesting today.
Yeah.
But again, plugging that weather valet, that's what we're trying to build our company, around that communication, personalization. We're definitely accurate because we're all certified meteorologists, and particularly in our localized areas. So what do you think the coverage has been good?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been listening to most of it. So yeah.
Your mic kind of died out a little bit there. Uh-oh. It's doing something weird. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. That's good.
Hey, there I am. I don't know what I did.
So we didn't hear the comment.
Must have hit the mute button or something. I don't know what I did. with that. So yeah, no, I've been listening to your coverage. I've been doing an awesome job, and appreciate that. And the whole team works hard at a lot of different things, and you've been the face here of you and Timmy and Nick and Josh, the face here of the live streaming over the last few days, and so that's been very much appreciated. And we're getting more subscribers, and we're getting more viewers, and with this what now is a 4-day severe weather outbreak. I think people are just getting tired here of the severe weather in their area, especially there in Texas. It just seems like every day or every other day, getting hit with strong storms. So,
Yeah.
appreciate all your work on that.
Yeah. I noticed we doubled our subscribers in this period of severe weather. So that's what severe weather does. So this year in particular. So
tonight, and hopefully, now that we don't have tornado watches, I know that one's ending there, but there are severe thunderstorm watches for us tonight. So hopefully that means, here at sunset, things will start dying down a little bit, and not be as strong and severe as we've seen these last few days.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what we're got. I mean, it's been happening here the last hour, or not really last hour, probably since that hail. So now, I guess that's been an hour. That was exactly an hour ago. So it was 46. So so that those cells are all kind of crashing together there. So they'll zap a lot of their own stuff, and then that is where it switches to the the thunderstorm and tornado. So I think we've got her covered. Oh, you cut out again. That mic must be. No, I can't. It's real low. Low.
Yeah, I need to charge it, so I'm not sure if that's the issue or not.
There it's kind of low. But figure out what's going on with that.
Finish the live stream here, Chris. Appreciate it again.
There you go. I can hear you now. All right. Good night.